Okay, what's up? This is another Enemies. Honestly, this like started off as like a joke to do this like as a regular thing, but I really think I need to, because there's a lot of things that just need to be talked about, because for young girls, young males, anyone who's in these positions like need to know that what's wrong and what's right. And as someone who's 33 and has been through every single one of these scenarios, let me tell you, everything they're doing is wrong, manipulative, and will literally cause trauma for the rest of these people's lives. So let's get right into Enemies number 3. So how are more people not talking about this? I don't care if it sounds like stale tea, because like it's gone and done. Anna Campbell is seriously disturbed and is also using her platform to talk to minors. And I said also as like in addition to like Onision and other people.
You mean just like your podcast co-host Colleen?
This is something that I think goes beyond internet drama. I think is actually really damaging. But I'm just hoping that another young female, male, them out there will know that it's not okay regardless of gender, and know that you could be setting yourself up for a life of trauma. Because I know a lot of people say the power play, the power position, the power manipulation, which is a huge thing onto its own when you're older, richer, and more successful. It is what it is. You have power control, you have power play. You have this power and you have the ability to control this person based on those 3 things. It has been scientifically proven, I have been told this time and time again, that the female mind, because he's with a female, the female mind, natural born female mind, does not fully develop until the age of 25. With males, sometimes it's up to age 30. And I don't ever victim blame the 20-year-olds or under 25-year-olds. Like, they don't know. They're not fully developed there. They think this is cool. They think it's a way to something, money, power, fame. Maybe they have issues of their own. I know mine was issues with my father and not having a father figure in my life, and you're not dealing with it, but actually like jumping to another father. There's so many different levels of why a young person would do this, and none of it's their fault, because they're learning and growing. And
interesting point you make there. So what about you making OnlyFans content with someone who was under the age of 25 at the time and you were over 30? He was also a backup dancer for you previously.
And Faze tries to rationalize it well if it's consensual, I'm sorry, the legal age should be 25. I know it's not, and I know a lot of people be like, well, it's not, you know, like legally. Well, okay, yeah, legally and morally is like 2 totally different things, but they're also kind of like the same thing. It's like you should know better as an adult. You're like, and I know how these situations go. I know how they go, and it's actually so disgusting.
So how did you rationalize it with Milo? Work?
Hooking up with fans, now it's one thing to hook up with people at such a big age difference, like that's so gross and nasty, but now you're hooking up with fans, right? Because while fans are respected and they want to feel close to you, there's already an uneven balance of power. They look up to you and they're your fan. The fact is that there's already that power play when it's a fan situation and you're in this thing. And it's a tale as old as time that the fan is gonna get pissed and is gonna sell you out or gonna expose you in some way, and rightfully so. It's so, like, let these young girls, males, non-binary, let them grow and explore with people their own age that are in the same somewhat mental capacity. You have no business doing that. It's so gross. It's such a toxic thing. This powerful person and that dynamic of fan and celebrity is like you want, I still go through that. You want the attention of someone that everyone idolizes, because that means you're special, because they're spending time with you, and that means you're the chosen one. That's how they feel, and they will do anything in their power to make it work, to make you happy, and you have all the control. It's really gross, and honestly, I'm making this video more for hopefully young people to know that this is not the best relationship.
If you really care about victims under these circumstances, then do you plan on holding Colleen to these same principles in light of the recent revelations?
Let's go beyond creepy. Let's actually go to illegal. Okay, next up is Anna Campbell, and I am talking about this way too late because nobody's talking about it, because Anna Campbell probably doesn't get the views that a David Dobrik or James Charles video will, so I encourage people to talk about this. I'm shocked. I'm shook. And also I have a thing where I don't really love to talk about females unless like they're really gross, you know what I mean? Otherwise it looks like I'm a female presenting, hating on another female for whatever, for petty reasons, and I'm really just not that person unless you're absolutely evil. Gabby Hanna.
Funny that someone who is supposedly non-binary would automatically make the connection between a female presenting person and pettiness as it pertains to another female. It seems as though Trisha certainly believes in the gender stereotype that women are catty with other women.
Like I said, unless someone really needs to be called out, I don't like to, it just looks petty. So Anna Campbell was on this collab channel that Tana started with her and Natalia Taylor. Her and Natalia Taylor started dating. They broke up. She dated a bunch of like other people. And what's really disturbing is she has like a group of fans that are underage that she has private like meetups with in hotel rooms and has private conversations and talks about wanting to F them. Like these are real conversations. Maddie Eves was one that was underage talking to Anna, and then when she turned 18 it became actual. And that's called grooming. That's called grooming, and Anna Campbell literally made a video being like about the grooming. That is, she's like, it's not, people just use that term and throw it. No, you groomed them. You groomed them. You got in with them. You were friendly with them. You did all this stuff. You were really close with them, and then when they turned a certain age, you became actual with them. That's grooming, and you're disgusting. Nobody has any business having private conversations, private meetups with underage fans. It's not mental illness. Don't blame it on mental illness. You're sick in the head. And no amount of medication or therapy can fix it because you're messing with minors. And that's just the one thing that everybody knows. You go to prison, anyone who messes with minors, these things catch up with you. It's like, don't say these are false accusations. There's text messages, voice memos, you on camera just doing this stuff. There's evidence. There's 30 stories to corroborate this is the truth.
It almost sounds like she's talking about Colleen and Corey here.
But you need to go to prison, and it will happen. It will catch up with you. You're sending nudes to minors. Woo! It is cuddling. It is going to catch up. It is going to catch up. These are your texts. These are your conversations. You deleted these messages. Like you need help.
Trisha hasn't said a word. The only reaction we got from her and Moses was them deleting comments on their podcast livestream, dismissing any concern or valid criticism as hate comments.
Rolling, and then once the ball's rolling, like with us, I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's just make it happen.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and we're like, let's do it. And then once
Yeah.
it started happening, I was like, well, it'll probably never happen. It's not going to happen. And we'll never do any episodes and we'll never do it again.
Yeah. It took me a minute to get going on this because I didn't know either. I was like, okay, is this like, am I going to like get excited and then it's not going to happen, or that you're not serious about it? And then I'm like a stupid person and I'm just like, oh my God, we started this. And you're like, no, I was just kidding, Trish. I wasn't being serious. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm so stupid.
No, yeah. So I have my own delusions, but just, you know.
I have some crazy ones because it's like, so I'll watch a TV show and I'll be like, and I'll literally say to Moses, and he'll understand. I'm like, why am I not on the show? Like, I'll watch You. We just like binge watch all the 4 seasons of it, and I'd never seen it before. And I was like, oh, why am I not on the show? He's like, you can be. I think he adds to my delusions because he thinks I can be.
As he should.
He adds to everything. He's like, you can be. You will be. You will do this.
As he should. Moses. That's how he should be.
He said if Brad Pitt saw you, he goes, I think he would be in love with you. I was like, wow.
Why wouldn't he be? I love that he should. As your partner, he should be.
He gets into it.
But he should be so delusionally in love with you. Like
Yeah.
that's like what you want. You want. I have my own delusions, but just, you know.
I have some crazy ones because it's like, so I'll watch a TV show and I'll be like, and I'll literally say to Moses, and he'll understand. I'm like, why am I not on the show? Like, I'll watch You. We just like binge watch all the 4 seasons of it, and I'd never seen it before. And I was like, oh, why am I not on the show? He's like, you can be. I think he adds to my delusions.
The only other indication we had from Trisha that she was even aware of this situation was for her to unpin her pinned tweet on Twitter about the Oversharing podcast.
We have a question from Alex saying, Adam, are you disappointed, like we all are, that Trisha has stayed silent and not supported you and the victims of grooming and harassment, proving she hasn't changed at all? So that's a question from Alex.
No, because something I've never talked about before is during Frenemies, when Trisha and Ethan both followed me, I sent an email to Trisha and Ethan which detailed everything that Colleen did to me, and they both ignored it. And it was like their business email. And there was a couple like hints Trisha put on Frenemies where she would like talk about Colleen or Colleen's family, but she would never mention her by name, which went to show that she did read the email. So I knew that they going to talk about it because they are not. I won't put blame on Ethan, but because Trisha is Colleen's biggest fan in the entire world and is so obsessed with her and does not want to ruin that relationship. Wow. So I'm not surprised she isn't speaking in my defense. Also, Trisha Paytas does not care about victims, so let's be aware of that as well. So for me to be like, Trisha Paytas not defending victims, that's, please, it's just a regular Monday.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Is Trisha a hypocrite? Should she speak out?
You know who hides? Cowards. You know who stay quiet? Guilty people. And if you do both, you do the math, baby. Gross. You're a disgusting creep. Elvis, I can't even love anymore. 21 with a 14-year-old. I don't care what era it was, 50s, 60s, 70s.
Well, we know that didn't hold up.
You're a creep. You have issues. You are absolute trash. Children, underage children. And what she's doing is seriously damaging, harmful, and hurting other people intentionally. Trolling is just an excuse for you are just nothing but trash. You are crossing boundaries. You're gross. You're gross. Completely fine. Yes, sick. You should not be able to talk to another human being for as long as you live. It's disgusting and it's downright evil. And you're an evil person. You are the bottom of the barrel scum pig of the universe. That's it.